This industry loves loud success. Big months, big checks, big personalities. But the agents who actually win long-term, they're usually quiet and consistent. Today's guest is Kelly Harrington, one of the most reliable producers in the history of health plan markets. Not because he chased being number one, but because he never stopped showing up. Kelly built a career around pace, around clients, around systems, and eventually around life. These days, he's working with his laptop, toes in the sand, still answering the phone, still doing the work, just with a little more peace and a lot more intention. This episode isn't about grinding harder. It's about building something that lasts long enough to matter. Let's get into it. Welcome back. I'm Justin Jacobs. This is Closed. And to my right, I have Kelly Harrington, a longtime friend and agent. And I have been torturing you for how many years now at HPM?
July of 2016.
Really? So it's been 10 years?
Coming up on 10.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
You're still putting up with me.
Very tolerant.
No, I love it, man.
No, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah. And you've been consistent, in the top 25 agents, season over season. And it's been really just a fun ride, like you said, just being together and working on this. So looking back on your career, being a top producer, how do you stay relevant every year? How do you keep that gas in your tank?
Well, I enjoy a little bit of the competition still. Mm-hmm. I enjoy just meeting as many people in all different ways possible, from different marketing tabletops, which I used to do, but I don't do any longer. Mm-hmm. I just try to keep it consistent. Demographics where I live now, a lot of people are basically my age.
Yeah. Yeah. So consistency, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis for you? What are you usually doing? Give us a rundown on a typical day for Kelly Harrington.
Well, I don't try to chase it and kill it and drag it home like I used to. In other words, I don't do the tabletops anymore. There is one 55 plus community that I will go to their health fair, and I'm the exclusive agent. But primarily it's just referrals, which as your book grows, you get more referrals.
Yeah.
And also I grew up in North Brevard County, Titusville. Mm-hmm. So we have a strong Facebook group page there. And so I can market myself on that the Facebook group page, and all the classes, 78, 79 are now starting to call me. And of course, in Central Florida when I've lived here, just referrals most of the time. And meeting people out for lunch, dinner. I mean, I'm just meeting strangers. Mm-hmm. Oh, you just moved here. Are you on Medicare yet?
Yeah, you never stop asking,
Here's
right?
my card.
Awesome. Most agents chase speed. And I'm seeing that you're doing the pacing now. Why have you shifted in that way, or why do you focus on pace versus speed?
I don't know if I was ever really, per se, speed. Mm-hmm. But now as I've gotten older, I just want to take things a little bit easier and lighter and not have to stress myself or kill myself as much. It comes in just naturally.
Yeah. I mean, you're at a point in your career where you've kind of earned it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when agents stop focusing on the clients and start chasing rankings, what do you think happens to them? And we were just talking about this earlier, we kind of still love the competition where we're looking at the leaderboard, but I think agents get drawn into that as like the focus or their motivation to be, I want to be number one, or I want to be there. How does that impact their client relationships?
You might miss out on a lot of the nice details of what you should be providing to that client. Establishing a relationship, we say that all the time, but what does that mean? Well, they got to trust you.
Right.
And they want to know that they can trust you. And then therefore that can just multiply into referrals. So don't just try to get in there and kill it and get out of the house to go to your next appointment. Yeah. Not that we do it that way anymore.
Right.
Very often.
Yeah. I remember one day I called you, probably more than one day I've called you, and it was like 2:00, and I said, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Well, I'm in my pool. I've already done my day." And you're very proud of that. And I love that. Like, you did your lawn work, you were in your pool, 2:00 every day. I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. But I know, again, going back to that, you earned that. So what did you do early in your career to get to that point?
I mean, anything we do in life, you need to be consistent. Just if you're working out with your work, with your family, with your significant other, be consistent with what you're doing. Early in my career, yes, I was consistent, and I was really trying to build the book of business as quickly as possible so I could start getting that residual income coming in. But just being consistent, proper money management, that plays a significant role in anything you're going to do in life. Yeah.
So you live by the beach now. You know, we were just talking about that in Brevard County, and there's this allure. You're living the Instagram life. You know, you've got your laptop out on the beach. What do you think agents would get wrong if they were thinking about like, oh, Kelly's so lucky?
Well, first of all, I never take my iPad out to the beach. My cell phone, yes.
Okay.
And I will answer it, and sometimes apologize for the wind,
right,
or the ocean. But you still got to answer your phone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's an opportunity when you have an existing member to call you regarding a question or a problem, to take that phone call or call them back immediately as soon as you possibly can, certainly within 24 hours. But that's an opportunity for you to, you know, provide the service, maybe fix the problem. And then I never hang up the phone without saying, listen, I could really use your help.
Awesome.
So if you know of anybody else in your influence, your friends, your family, people at church, just keep my number in your phone so you can share my number with them.
Brilliant.
And it works.
Yeah. It's just back to basics, right? You got to ask for the referrals.
Yeah.
You know, and I like what you said in the beginning of that. Can you say that again?
What part? No.
Oh yeah. You said, really, I need your help. And humans want to help, right? Like our gut reaction is, oh yeah, I can help. How can I help?
It goes back to my childhood. I can't remember what product. I think I was selling fruit cakes.
Okay.
And it was a contest.
Yeah.
So I tell people, look, I'm in a contest.
I love that. You still use that today?
I do.
Contest? I love that. So
do.
they want to help you get
to achieve the goal, to win the contest.
I love that.
Sometimes they'll ask me what it is. Well, you know, later in May or June, we're going to, you know, I'll qualify for a trip.
Yep, exactly.
But I mean, beach life is nice. I work from the back patio. That is my office.
Love that.
And I'm looking at sea grapes, sea dunes, and sea oats, and can hear the ocean. And but you're still working.
Right.
I can't see giving this up.
Yeah.
But I know you'll talk to me about that.
Oh yeah. How has your work day changed over the years?
Not as intense.
Yeah.
I don't do the tabletops, as I said. Sure. That's really the most significant thing. I'm just not doing tabletops or events.
Yeah.
And I just get the leads as they come in.
Right.
Digital marketing's really helped over the years.
Okay. And then what hasn't changed? What's still the same year over year, you know, as far as your workday is concerned?
Like I said earlier, I think just still answering your phone, returning back those phone calls, and trying to make sure you're making your people happy. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. There's agents out there that'll go out there and enroll people, but then they don't answer their phone. It's like, it scares them.
Yeah.
But you work so hard to get a client, to get a new member. Well, let's work a little bit harder to keep them.
Right.
Because in our business, as most of us know, it's all about retention and referrals.
Yep.
Which creates what? Revenue.
Boom. I love that.
The 3 R's.
What would you say to an agent that looks at your lifestyle and says, I want that, but they're not willing to do the things that you're mentioning, like answer the phone?
You know, you put in, you get out what you put in.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to do the footwork, especially in the early years, your lifestyle might not be, it might be a hope, a dream, but you're not making it reality.
Yeah. You're just spinning your wheels.
Yeah. I mean, for myself, for years, I've prayed to have something like this. I've asked God for his generosity and his blessing and to be my business partner every day.
Awesome.
When I'm in the shower, you know, I'm doing my devotion and I ask him, just come in, be my business partner today.
Love that.
And don't look at the money. The money will come.
Yeah.
Service people.
Yeah.
People don't know how much you care until you show them how much you care.
Love that. I remember when we first met, one of the things that I believe drew you into health plan markets was our systems. And so I recognize instantly, like, Kelly's a systems guy. Like, he needs these systems to work, and that you saw the scalability of what you were doing and how these systems can help you. What helped you lean into that, or why did you lean into that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so unorganized.
Yeah.
I am the epitome of being so unorganized. papers, piles, Post-it notes, Infusionsoft. That was the first system that you had that turned me on, because if I just put all my data, the members' data in, I've got something that kind of really get me organized. It was like the first CRM.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it just made my life easier.
Right.
And for anyone who's a veteran, once COVID came, that was a blessing for all of us, because we're working from home. We're not driving out. You can do more enrollments in a day than you ever used to be able to do.
Yeah.
But now you've got the health plan shop, HPM shop. You got the HQ. I'll let you ask the questions on any of that.
No, that's great. Actually, we're getting to that. We have the core tools that you mentioned, and I'm going to go through them kind of one by one. But walk us through, these tools as far as how they keep you consistent, or what about them keeps you consistent. So we'll talk about HPM Shop, which is our quote and enroll tool for Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I love that feature because you can go straight to the carrier site to do the enrollment. Mm-hmm. You can put in your preferences, which means put in all the providers that the member is seeing, and you can put in all the prescriptions. Yeah. And then generally it's fairly accurate. Yeah. Where it says we got 3 out of 4 providers in network on whichever different plans. So I like that. As soon as you do the enrollment, though, and I know agents that will procrastinate and they won't put it into Spark. I come home and I'm
putting them in there.
Putting them in there right away in the Spark. So that way I got that checked off.
Yeah.
HQ, it's nice. I don't utilize it that much. Maybe I need to explore the learning and the trainings and things like that. Get back into that.
Yeah, it's more of like the layer on top of all the tools. So our goal is like you'll get into HQ and then you'll be able to click in and just jump out to HPM Shop. And we use the Spark platform for the Medicare, the CRM system. So you mentioned you're putting it in the CRM system. What's that doing for you as far as consistency?
Well, Spark has been the best tool for any of us agents because, number one, I used to, pre-AEP, I would mail out an envelope, a letter. So that took time. It cost money. Right. And Spark mails out the postcard on our behalf. Hey, Justin, it's Kelly Harrington, your Medicare advisor. It's that time of the year to give me a call. Yep. And that's great. That's a great tool. Birthday cards, I do pay for that, but that's a great thing. Sometimes my card is the only card that member's going to receive. Exactly. The monthly email newsletter, some do like it. Some have said, take me off of that. Yeah. But just everything.
Yeah, I mean, so that's all automated. So so that's what you're getting at. Is like once you put it in, those things are going to happen because the system's doing those things for you.
Doing things for me that I used to have to do for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's hard to stay consistent because you're doing it manually, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. So what happens when you see an agent that just doesn't use the systems, or maybe they abandon it, and maybe even temporarily? Have you seen, the negative side of that?
Like I said earlier, it's like anything. You quit working out temporarily. Now you got to, it's easier to keep the plane in the air than to have it land and then take off again. So you'll start to forget some of those systems if you don't practice them. During our slow season, if you're not a decent producer and you're not doing shop with the enrollments, you're kind of fumbling around, maybe in front of the person or on the phone with the person. Yeah. So just be consistent on trying to practice, even if it's not a real enrollment. Yeah. So don't temporarily ever stop.
If there's one system that an agent should focus on and fix today, what would that do for them, and what system would move the needle for them?
If you're going to say you're going to do something, do it. Promise, help the person. Do a 3-way call. I think, once again, just the customer service. You have to have a heart of a teacher in this business.
I love that.
And people they can smell it on you if they know you're just trying to get a deal.
So true.
So help people.
Yeah. I like to say now you should know your subject so well that you can teach it. Because there's a difference in learning something versus like now you got to stand up in front of the class and teach it, because you got to know the philosophy behind it. You got to know the mechanics behind it. So I love that that you're thinking in that way. As you're getting closer to sunsetting your career, which you said you're not going to hang it up, which I love, but do you see a day where you're like, hey, I'm probably only going to work 1 day a week, or maybe I'm going to fully retire?
I don't know if you can really just work one day a week.
Yeah.
If you're active with your own book of business, you got to be on point sometimes on the weekends too.
Yeah.
No. Well, here's a funny quick story. My financial advisor called me 6 months ago, said, Kelly, you're approaching that age about taking money now for your distributions out of your retirement. At what age do you think you're going to retire? I couldn't give him an answer. He goes, well, I need a number. I said, okay, let's just go with 73 because IRS requires you to take your distributions on qualified retirement money at 73. So I said, we'll just go with 73.
Got it.
And maybe that's true, but you and I both know there's agents who are still plugging away hard in this business at 73, 4 or 5.
Yeah, in the 80s and approaching 90 now, you know.
I haven't met anyone approaching 90, but
yeah, there's one or two still out there. How is it, you know, as you're in this stage of your career, or the season of your career, how has your relationship with your clients changed?
Nothing really. Most of them, when I've talked to them over the years, because it's coming up on 5 years that I've left Central Florida and moved over to the beach, I was transparent. I let everybody know. But I'm just a phone call away. It doesn't make any difference that I'm not as close anymore to you. So nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
It's sad when you do find out that people passed away.
Right.
But that's happening more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy the service part of this business more now than you did in your younger years?
I don't know if any of it really, really enjoys service.
Yeah.
But it's a necessary evil. And you know it when it's bringing joy to somebody, when you help them, whatever it was that you did to help them. Thank you so much, Kelly. You've always just been there for me. You know that they're loyal. It brings me joy. So it's the same as today as it was years ago.
You say you have more joy nowadays than you did like early on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You think that's more of like a patience thing, or what do you think that comes from?
I think that's just maturing and becoming more mature as I've gotten a little bit older and older here. I think you don't want as much maybe drama in your life, but you just want to have a good quality of life.
Yeah.
And this industry, this business provides that.
Right.
It's not physical, and you're helping people, and you're actually socializing with people. So to give it up, what would I really do? Yeah. I mean, it's like stripping my identity away from me.
That's a big one. What's one thing that would stress young Kelly that Kelly of today would laugh at?
Yeah, that's a good question. Young Kelly kind of grew up poor. Don't need to go into all the details about that, but just didn't have the money in childhood.
Yeah.
So as I grew up, I was bound and determined to not have that type of lifestyle. And again, it takes consistency, commitment.
Right.
You have to have a goal, and just good money management habits. So I laugh at how much I was worried about it before because it just naturally has come.
Right. We've got the legacy program at HPM. So a few years back, you started thinking about it seriously. What triggered that for you?
Well, I mean, it's a great tool. If I do want to retire at whatever age, then I can just trigger that, and I'll still get the renewals, even though I don't have to do the service. You know, the customer service aspect. God forbid something does happen to me. You know, I've got my daughter in line to inherit my book of business. So it's just an extension of what retirement looks like. Yeah.
So the word legacy, what does that mean to you? Just
passing on the wealth.
I love that. Do you think having an exit strategy in this business is important for an agent?
I mean, I think you should. Number one, you don't want to leave all your members high and dry. You know, just give them a heads up, fair warning. They'll understand. So I think, you know, here's what I've always said. My father taught me this, the 5 Ps.
Yeah.
Prior planning prevents poor performance. So whatever you want to plan on in your life, whether it be retiring, exit strategy, you know, what does that look like?
Right.
It looks different for everybody. Some people didn't plan to fail, but they failed to plan.
Yeah.
So they may have to keep doing this line of work forever.
Yeah. And I was just about to ask that. What happens to agents when they don't plan to exit?
Just exactly that.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a plan along the way and you're just kind of out there taking it day by day without trying to be intentional and deliberate, then you might not have a good exit strategy.
Yeah. What brings you peace when you start thinking about the next chapter of your life?
I think friends, family, quality time, having the affordability does help to be able to go do and see things that I'd like to do when I'm not dealing with an injury.
Well, you remind me of a quote, and I'll probably butcher this, and I think it was Dan Kennedy, who I'm a big fan of for marketing, and he says, do the things that other people won't do so you can live the life that no one else can. And I think that kind of goes back to what you have built slowly, consistently, and you said yourself, I'm not going to be, when you first came in, you said, I'm not going to be the number one agent, Justin. I'm not going to be, your top 5, but I'm going to be there. And you have. You've been consistently in the top 25. You've made trips with us. You've won awards. And it just goes back to what you were mentioning about that consistency. And honestly, that's the word of the year for me. Is consistency is just showing up in more and more themes because people try things and then they give it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
What are you most excited about? Is it reclaiming your time, your simplicity, or is it flexibility in your lifestyle?
Probably all of that.
Yeah.
This type of industry gives you complete autonomy and flexibility. You're not punching the time clock.
Yeah.
And many of us who are doing this have done that before. So that's why people typically retire at 65 because they're tired of punching the time clock, if you will. I think I've already achieved a lot of what we've talked about, the flexibility and the peace of mind. So I'm just looking forward to what the next chapter is going to give me, and I'm going to roll right there with it. I'm going to keep doing this as long as possible. There's no reason to give it up.
Yeah, and we were talking about the legacy program and having an exit strategy and making sure that you've got that in place. An agent should have that. We talked about that. Should they exit with intention or should they work forever? Or is that like a personal choice? Because you've made that choice, obviously.
Each person's different.
Yeah.
As I just said, I can't say I'm going to have a fixed age year of my life when I'm going to retire. So each person's different on their own personal situation, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say to an agent that is looking at your lifestyle and is like, man, I want to be Kelly one day? Because I do. I want to grow up and be Kelly one day. What advice would you give that agent if they want that lifestyle?
A lot of things of what we've just talked about.
Yeah.
Have your goal, pray for God's blessings, and don't stop. Pick yourself up. You're going to get knocked down.
Yeah.
You're going to trip over your own 2 feet many times. It's those that can pick it up. In the old Rocky movie, it's not about, what did Sylvester tell his son? I can't remember. It's not about getting hit and knocked down. It's about how many times you can get hit, knocked down, and get back up.
Exactly.
So that's what I would say to someone younger, dream big.
Yeah. Get your nose bloody, as we used to have a friend that told us that, you got to get out there and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the last question, believe it or not.
Okay.
We've had a lot of fun here today. So one of the things I'm doing this season is we're trying different health and protein products. And I found this one. This was by Quest. And again, I'm not sponsored by them, but I wanted to share this with you. This is a white chocolate raspberry flavored protein bar. It's got 20 grams of protein. I'm a fan of Quest personally, but I want you to try it as I'm queuing up the next question. Go ahead and open that up, try it, and then you're going to give it a star rating, like CMS. You're going to give it a CMS star rating.
1 through 5.
1 through 5. 5 means like you're cranking, you're making money. 1, you're about to go out of business.
All right, let me try to get this open. It's like opening Christmas presents.
Yeah,
right?
I love that.
There we go.
There you go. Give that a try, and then give you a few seconds there to process it. These are things I eat in the morning anyway, but what would you say?
No one's really going to see this, are they?
Yeah, no, not right. Yeah, what would you rate that thing? 1 through 5.
I like it.
Yeah.
It has a nice, refreshing taste. The raspberry.
Yeah.
Not your typical chocolate with caramel or something else.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a Somewhere between a 4 and a 5.
We could do 4.5.
Okay.
That's a real thing in CMS. You get a 4.5 rating.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good. Well, that's yours to keep. So we got one last question here. If you had to sum up your entire career in one rule you never broke, what would it be?
Don't lie to people. If you don't know the answer,
Yeah.
be honest and tell them I'm going to find the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to make something up. Just try to get them to go with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have integrity.
Integrity. Love that. That'll take you all the way to the end zone. Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what's driving your referrals these days, right?
I hope so. I think so. They seem to like me.
Well, the referrals drives the lifestyle and you're living it, man. So thanks again for coming all this way from Brevard County. You left a beautiful beach to come here and talk in this podcast studio.
One last thing I'll say that I think has helped me, and I've kind of gotten a little lax on it, but there's 3 other industries that a green PO rookie or somebody who's struggling that wants to start getting referrals, because who wants to always do a tabletop all the time? It's great when your phone rings.
Yeah.
Everybody, referrals are usually very solid. But somebody who's struggling, get out there with a notebook and Google all the different PNC, property and casualty agencies,
Right.
tax advisors, financial advisors,
Right.
because they all have a book of business.
Yep.
And their members, their clients are all asking them, hey, listen, I'm retiring. I'm turning 65. Who can you point me to?
Exactly.
Don't point them to one of those jugheads on the commercials. you know?
Right.
So that would be a great recommendation, because then if you go back and revisit them and bring them a little goodie basket during the Valentine's Day, just make their day. Take the rack cards, put the rack cards in those offices. That has worked excellent for me in the past.
No, that's awesome. I was going to say, to add to that, if you don't do PNC, then obviously you found your PNC person, right? So you're referring business back into that referring source. So you want to give it back as you're getting those referrals too. So you want to keep a network.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just have a quick 30-second infomercial when you walk in.
Yeah.
So
Get that elevator pitch right?
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, practice it.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Kelly, appreciate it. Kelly Harrington, top producer at Healthline Markets. Thanks for being here, buddy.
My pleasure.
What Kelly reminds us is simple, but not easy. Freedom doesn't come from chasing more. It comes from consistency, from systems, from focusing on your clients long after the noise fades. Kelly didn't disappear. He didn't burn out. He didn't hand his business back to the carrier by accident. He planned. He stayed reachable. He kept moving. And now he gets to sunset his career with peace on his terms. If this episode reassured you, good. You're probably doing the right things. Subscribe. Leave a comment that makes someone rethink how they're playing this game. I'm Justin Jacobs. This is Closed, and you have a nice day.